you don't work like this many years to get to where you are, to put the phone down now. Like, and I
just means more. And I don't know. I just want moms to feel proud when they wear it. Like, yes, I'm a mama. Yes, I have kids.
Out there, we're
dope. We are dope. We are so.
We always gotta preface it with something.
What had happened was.
Yes.
And because representation matters.
Oh, yeah.
The more we see,
when I hear this, I'm about to beat this face. Yeah. That is awesome. I'm like clapping for you, sis. That's great.
I'll clap for myself.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and launch my own business because I see so many business owners.
Don't even listen to that little voice on the inside of you that's like, because I know I was like, listen, I'm still wearing my mask. I don't know what you're doing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sadie Says It All. This is let me take these glasses off. This is our Meet the Woman Behind the Business series, okay? And if you all are watching us on the GIM Network, thank you so much. And make sure you head over to my YouTube channel in about 2 weeks and you'll find this episode. Well, you'll probably find it there in a week. So anyhow, but I'll leave all the information there. Okay, so I am so excited to have our guest with us yet once again, but this is a very special episode, okay? So today, our special guest is Daishawn Phillips. Daishawn is the owner of Yamoni Essentials, okay? Now, we have Daishawn back with us again today because, as you all know, April is Autism Awareness Month, okay? And this is the month where it's Autism Awareness every day for us, but this is the month that we are hyper focused on autism awareness. Okay, so like I said, we have very special guests with us, and we have another guest with us joining us too today. So we're going to get his name as well. Now, just to let you all know, Daishawn is an autism mom as well as a business owner. So we're going to chat with her some about her life as a business mom and an autism mom, and just get some more insight. All right, so first of all, Daishawn, welcome. Welcome back.
Hey y'all.
Now, Daishawn, I see you have a special guest with you. So hi, how are you?
Hey.
Now, what's your name? What is your name?
Look, just tell her your name and I'm gonna let you go back and play. You can go back and play, you gotta say your name.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Look in the camera and tell her your name. Say Jace. He said it.
Jaden?
Jace.
Jake. Very nice to meet you, Jake.
Let's go get some chips. You gotta ask a few more things.
So Jake, what do you like to eat? Are you going to go eat a snack now or something? What are you going to eat?
Hot Takis.
What? What are you eating?
Hot Takis.
Ooh, that sounds good. Miss Sadie hadn't ate today, so that sounds good. Well, you can go play if you like to, unless you want to hang out.
You want to hang out? No. Well, say nice to you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, yes, Jace. Hold on a second.
Okay, girl. So, yeah, you know what? His smile, he has a gorgeous smile.
Yes.
All right, so now I had the pleasure of interviewing you as well for the Meet the Woman Behind the Business magazine. And we did get into, some of the life as an autism mom and as a business mom. So we're basically, going to go back into that for those who haven't, checked out the magazine yet, because it just dropped yesterday. So anyhow, but we're going to just, sit and we'll have some conversation. I'll ask you a few questions about life, just, in general, as a business mom and as an autism mom. Y'all excuse me. I gotta, girl, I'm so parched. All I do is talk now, like all day. And I feel like throat's going. Anyhow, so, so what I want to ask you, and like I said, we kind of chatted about, well, somewhat like in the interview form about this before, but just to let our guests that are viewing now know, now the balance of home life is a whole thing in and of itself, just that alone. So what was the push for you to actually start your business, and now you're balancing the home life and your business?
The push for me was, working outside of the home, first off, was kind of hard because just doctor visits, having to go meet up with therapists for my son, extracurricular activities for my other sons, making sure somebody's there to pick them up from school afterwards and bring them to where they have to go. And it's just when you call in so much because you have this and that to do, the companies, they don't like that. And if you be too excessive with it, they're like, oh, we don't need her, or we can't use her because she's calling in too much. So that's what made me push towards being able to be home with my kids. As y'all can hear, they on spring break right now. So excuse
Girl, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what? But as an autism mom myself too, I can so relate to that with you. Or even before I had Kyla, even with my older daughter when I was a single mom, and sometimes she would have these asthma flare-ups and stuff like that. And girl, when you having to call out, they looking at you like you got three heads, or like you're doing something wrong, when all you're trying to do is be the best mother that you can be, hold down a job. And it's like, it's really, it gets insulting when they're looking at you as less than who you are because of your situation.
Yeah.
So I can so relate to that. So any of you bosses out there listening, y'all have some consideration for folk, because all we're doing is trying. That's for real.
And my mom is asthmatic too, so it's a lot.
Yeah, I can only imagine, like, if your other kids have, because you have three boys, right?
Yes.
Three boys. Wow. Now, what ages are your boys?
13, 9. No, I'm sorry, 13, 10, and 8.
13, 10, and 8. Okay.
Look, I could barely know what their ages. They're getting so old on me so fast.
I know, it's like when you start reciting what the ages are out loud, it's like, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been that long. So yeah. Okay. Now, so all right, so we talked about kind of like balancing home life and balancing your business, but let's add on top of that being a special needs mom. Like, how has that been for you? And do you have any support? Because I don't think I asked you before. Do you have any type of support system with that?
Okay, so support system, yes, I do have. Well, I have two sisters younger than me. One of them stays in Atlanta, so she's not really here in New Orleans to help out. She's been there for years now. I have a younger sister, also that helps out. She has two daughters as well, so I take her daughters in sometimes. Like, I have one of them here with me now, and she takes my sons for me sometimes and helps out. Like, if I need her to get them from school or whatever, she helps with that. I also have my mom. She's a great help. They sleep over there sometimes. If I need to go somewhere or just want to go have me time with the girls, she takes them in, she watches them. My oldest child, the 13-year-old, he helps out a lot with the youngest one. Like, if I need to step out somewhere, I'm like, yeah, he's gonna stay home with you. Keep an eye on him, let him play the game. Right. Support system is very, very good for me. As far as like life with the autistic child, there are days where he has his temper tantrums. It's hard to go out to eat in public, because I will tell you, the last time we went out to eat with the family for my niece's birthday, they go, how when you order your food, it's like they bring everything like at one time, or sometimes they'll bring the other people food out before yours. So they were bringing out some of our food, the adults' food, and like his food was last to come out. And when I tell you, in between that time, he had a tantrum, crying out loud, running off, everybody looking. I just had to grab him and just like, look, we going to the car. Let's go sit in the car for a little while till you calm down. And then we will go back out. So they don't really understand, or I don't know how, other kids are, but he doesn't understand, like, we have to wait. You have to wait your turn. It's coming.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. I don't like going out in public to restaurants when I have him. The stores, if I look, he's coming back right now.
I see you. I see you. Hello, you came back to join us. I should have had Kyla here today. Y'all could have had a good time. Oh,
and that's
so cute.
stores. If he get what he wants, he'll have a tantrum and stuff. And I've learned mentally, like, you have to block everybody out, because if I don't block people out, I'm gonna get frustrated and I'm gonna want to go off on them, because it's like, understand, and you're judging me, you're looking. So I just take him out. I just have to take him, and I go about my business.
Right.
And then I hate the part where sometimes people would be like, well, won't you just whip him if he's acting up and stuff? That's the main thing I hate. Because it's like, when you whip him, all it does is aggravates him even more. Like, it doesn't help.
They don't, and they don't understand, not to speak like he's not here, because I don't like to do that in front of Kyla, but you hit them, and then what? They don't understand why they're being hit. So what good is it doing, you know? So yes, I've heard the ignorant comments as well, you know? And as far as going out to eat, like, Kyla, she'll go out, and I usually try to, like, have her iPad with her and have her headphones, so then that way it's not too much of a sensory overload for her. But when she, like, it's like when she's done eating, like, if you ain't done eating, it's time to go. Like, you know, and then, like, sometimes, like, the last time we went out to eat, she had like this giggle or laugh attack, you know, like, and she was just like, but she's really boisterous, was real loud with it, you know, and then she was like kicking on the table and looking back on the seat, you know, we're sitting in a booth. So there are people behind us. And whereas, like you said, sometimes you have to block out, you know, what the people around you and what's going on and who's looking this way and whatever. And, you know, I've gotten to a point where, you know, I'm pretty good at doing that, you know, but my husband is her stepfather, and he, like, gets aggravated with people. Like, you know, he doesn't want people look like, you know, he's like what you looking at, you know what I mean? And, you know, I understand that's coming from a protective mode, you know, like, he's trying to protect us in that moment. But I just try to, like, you know, just block people out, like you were saying, and calm her as much as I can, or get her, you know, kind of settle. And it's like, she's thinking it's a game. She's just like, she gets louder, you know, and I'm like, you know what? I don't even know what to do right now. I'll just let it run its course, you know. But I can relate a lot to what you say about, you know, it's challenging, you know, what a lot of people take for granted as far as everyday stuff, going to the store, like something as simple as going to the store, you know, people, they don't understand, like, for us, it can be a whole process, you know. So,
and then him, like, with the like, when you fuss at him and stuff, it doesn't really do any good. Like, it doesn't do him any good. So for him, what he likes to do is, I have to make it out of a game. So if I be like, come put your clothes on, I'm gonna start the time. If you can finish this in 1 minute, then you win. And then I'll count. And he likes to do that. So everything we do, we have to make like a game. We have to turn it to a counting game or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, think like that. So, but you know what? It's just like a lot of what like my daughter's child study team says too. Like, sometimes if you can redirect her or make it like a game, or make it something where they're working towards like a prize, or, you know, working towards something that they're getting. I forget what they call it anyhow. But a lot of times, like, kind of, if you can do that, then but for Kyla, it's always the beach or pool, you know, because she loves to swim or pool. So it's like, Kyla, if you this, then we're gonna go there, you know, because but yeah, but yeah, so no, I can completely relate on those out of the house, you know, things that you do, and people not realizing, people staring, sometimes people being, you know, and it's just
so bad. it irks me so bad because I'm like, won't you see me struggling, like help.
You know, there's this foundation charity group called Autism Radio. And I used to do some projects or some events with them, and they had these cards. They were like about the size of a business card printed up. And it said something like, you have just, met a person with autism, and sometimes this, that, then the other, like just kind of breaking down like what, and what they said you could do. Like when someone's having that staring mode, or they're like, just kind of like smile and give them that card, and now they sitting there feeling stupid. I'm not trying to be, but I'm just saying, it's just kind of a way to subtly be like, hey, like
Right.
my child is not just out here misbehaving and me just not having any control. What they're experiencing is a sensory overload. They're overwhelmed, by whether it be the lights, the sound, the smell, any of that. They are overwhelmed. And, just hit them with that card. I was just like Tommy Davis and them in a Living Color, bam, like hit them with the card. And then, like, have a good day, and next time don't be so rude. So then maybe next time it say, hi, I see your truck. So, oh yeah, that's a cute truck. I like it. Can trucks be cute? Anyhow, that's a nice truck. But I'm just gonna ask you one more question because I'm not gonna keep you long. I know how it is when kids on spring break and you got all your mommy duties to go over. So I'm going to ask you this question because I did ask it in the magazine interview, but just for those that are watching. Now, what would you say to an autism mom specifically who is wanting to start her own business, but then she's kind of hesitant because she doesn't know if she can carry the weight or balance the weight of it all as far as the responsibility of being an autism mom and trying to handle her business and starting that up. So what would you say? What would be like your words of encouragement for her?
Okay, so if you're thinking about starting a business, do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. We all don't start out perfect. You're gonna make mistakes. There's always room for rebranding. You can always redo your website, but start. You got to start somewhere. Start small. What else? I just go for it. I mean, learn from others. Surround yourself with people who are into the business that are entrepreneurs because you can learn from them. You can get tips from them. Yes, it's going to be hard. Maybe involve your kids. Get them to do something if you can. Another thing I would say, while the kids are at school, take that time to work on, an hour to work on business stuff. Even when you put them to bed, stay up an extra hour or something and take that time out towards your business. There's ways around it. If you can't do an hour, do 30 minutes. Take whatever little bit of time you can and put forth towards your business. Something is better than nothing. Say we all got to start somewhere. If I could do it, they could do it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Those are great, inspiring, and encouraging words. And that's why, like you said, it is really important to surround yourself with positive, I can't even talk that, positive people that are going to like feed you and fill you up, with good vibes and good energy and support and those encouraging words when you need to hear it. So it is so important for you to be around those type of people, or at least be in contact, even if it's on social media. That's how I met Daishawn, here on social media, and a whole bunch of others, where we are constantly uplifting one another and motivating one another. You could be scrolling your feed and see something they doing and be like, you know what? I gotta sit over here and do my stuff. You know what I mean? And it's just great to be able to look at other women, and Black women specifically, speaking with us, and just see one another, uplifting one another in that way. So yes, autism moms, please, I'm trying to tell you, I mean, and take the help from people. If you can get help from family or close friends that are there to help support you with giving you a break for like, even if it's just an hour, you know, for you to get something done to work towards a brighter future for you and your kids, by all means do that, you know. And if you don't have the support, like Daishawn was saying, sometimes, you know, we just gotta dig down and find that discipline where, okay, I know I'm tired, but this 1 hour I'm gonna put in tonight is gonna pay off, you know. So sometimes we just gotta dig a little bit deeper. But we know it's hard, child. We know that. We know it.
Right.
Yeah. So again, Daishawn, I'm not gonna hold you because I know you got the kids there, child. It's spring break and you got your mommy duties. So I want to again thank you so much for you know, being here with me. This is twice now for an interview here, and then also participating in the magazine and just lending your words of wisdom, because somebody is going to benefit from that and grow from that. So I appreciate you. Okay.
I want to say one more thing to the parents who suspect something may be wrong with their child, but are not 100%. When I first had Jason, things I noticed some things were off by me having 2 other kids. Like the way he would do things, like he would line cars up instead of rolling cars. And just he was nonverbal and things like that. So when I did take him to the doctor, she asked maybe like 15 questions and she was like, he doesn't have anything. But to me, I'm like, no, something is wrong. He's not the other 2. So I ended up taking him to another doctor, a better doctor. And then that's when she gave me the documents to go get him fully evaluated. And then that's when he said that he had autism. So if you suspect something is wrong with your child or something may be off, or just if you're in your heart, if you know something is wrong, don't take the advice of just one person if they tell you nothing is wrong. You always want to get like a second opinion or a third opinion. Find out, because a mom knows her child best.
You know what? That's a great that's great advice too, because I have heard of a couple of instances where, you know, people were saying, well, not necessarily people, maybe another doctor or something was saying that it wasn't anything going on with someone else's child. And they kept, you know, they were persistent with trying to find out because they knew something was, you know, what's going on. I mean, like for me, as far as Kyla's diagnosis, it's like 13, 14 years in between my girls, between Kyla and my older daughter. So it had been a long time since I had a baby, you know, and I'm looking at her and I'm like, I said, well, maybe I think she's just kind of growing on her own, like at her own pace is what I was kind of thinking. And then at the time I had this really stressful job where I was bringing home work from, you know, bringing work home. And it was just like a really stressful time. And so I took her to the doctor. We get to the doctor and it was for a checkup. Like, you know, he's going through and he's like, yeah, it's just signs of autism, you know, and he's just, and I was like, wait, what? So I'm looking at Kyla now. She's in her own world singing her Barney song, right? And I'm like, I said, wait, I'm sorry, what'd you say? You know? And he said, signs of autism, you know? And I'm like, he said it as if he was telling me the sky was blue. So here's a message for all of you healthcare providers, all of you doctors. Here is a message, okay, from mothers who have children and we don't really know what's going on. You may see 100 cases a day. You could. But for us, this is our child. This this could be our first experience with this. So you saying that you need to practice a little bit more bedside manner when you're delivering something as powerful as that, you know? And another one for the moms out there, do not blame yourself if you do not catch something as quickly as you think you should have, because I carried a lot of guilt because, I mean, even though she was diagnosed like around like 2 going into 3, you know, so it wasn't a late catch, but the fact that I had so much work on my plate from my job, I carried some guilt with, you know, should I have caught something sooner or whatever? So what you all need to do, put that whole guilt thing out of your head, because you can't do what you don't know and what you know what I mean? So,
but when you do know, get resources and everything to, get the child the help they
But
need.
yeah, so as soon as you do find out, make sure you do, like Daishawn said, get on track to getting them the resources that they need.
Right.
And don't, second guess what somebody's gonna think or anything like that. You go do what you gotta do for your child,
And
but
before
y'all
you
know that.
don't blame yourself for your child having it. It's okay, because a lot of you're finding out now that a lot of kids are autistic than they were recognized before. So it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
And it's all gonna be okay, and it will be okay. And you're gonna have your days where you feel like, Lord, you're so tired. Some nights Kyla don't even sleep, child. I'll be like,
right.
but you get through it. You get through it, and you can even go to the doctor and see, about help with that. But anyhow, like I said, Daishawn, I ain't gonna keep you here forever, because we could go on forever with our list of tips and advice and what we've experienced. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. Again, Daishawn, thank you so much for joining me today to talk about this. And Jason, bye. Thank you so much for joining us too. It was so nice meeting you. So everyone, again, make sure you follow Daishawn on Instagram. I will include her Instagram information, and make sure you follow me on Sadie Says It All page. And also make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because that's where this video will appear too. So again, thank you all so much for joining us, and I will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.